Hey everybody, hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Scorpio for February 1st through the 15th. It is a general reading, so it can cover anything from love to work to friends, family, health, etc. So take it how it resonates for you if it does. And if it doesn't, always feel free. If you have your birth time, you can get a free birth chart online and find out your other placements. So you can always check your sun, rising, moon, and Venus signs as well. Okay, so we're going to get into your cards in just a minute, Scorpio. I went ahead and shuffled and pulled all your tarot cards, and then at the end, we'll still do your 2 oracle cards as well. So yeah, let's do a quick sound bell for some grounding for the reading and some healing. Okay, Scorpio. Let's get into your reading here. I hope everyone is doing well and is having a good day or night whenever you see this. All right. So your first 6 main cards here, Scorpio, are going to start around February 1st, a little bit before, a little bit after. It's not exact. Continuing on with this week into this upcoming weekend. And then the second row here is the following week and weekend until about February 15th or so. All right. And then we'll get into your confirmation cards after. So you have the World in reverse, the Empress in reverse, 6 of Swords upright, 2 of Swords upright, 2 of Wands upright, and 4 of Swords upright. Okay. So Scorpio, with the World card in reverse, starting out your reading, this is talking about in the recent past or currently, Scorpio, you could be feeling a lack of possibilities or abundance or positive energy in general here at this time. If this is not you, Scorpio, it could be the person you're dealing with or the general situation, okay? But when the World card is in the upright position, in this deck you see it as this island out in the ocean with all these clouds all around, okay? But even in the traditional tarot, when you see the World card, there's always a circle and there's usually a woman in the center. She's holding like a baton and she's got ribbons all around her. And then there's the 4 archangels, alchemy angels in the corners, right? So it's talking about change of season, change of time. It's very similar to the Wheel of Fortune energy, all about manifesting, feeling possibilities, positive energy moving forward, okay? But it was in reverse or upside down, Scorpio. So that could be why, not why, but just the background information on energy could have been in the recent past or currently still lingering a little bit, okay? Now, this could be because the next card you have here is the Empress in reverse. This is a feeling of a lack of authority in some way, a lack of power. Traditionally, the Empress card in the tarot is the businesswoman of the tarot deck. Doesn't have to be a woman, obviously, it's just a metaphor. You can be a man or a woman. But you know, in this card, I'll show you here in the upright position, you see this cow, and she's, you know, hanging out, chilling in this pasture here, and she's looking very strong, right? She looks like a strong figure, not only with her horns, but her posture and her energy, okay? And so she's very confident. She can be seen as cold. Some people might be scared of her a little bit, okay? But she knows what she wants and she's going to go after it. And she's really good at planning and making decisions, okay? But it came out reverse, right, Scorpio, or upside down. So this can be talking about you feeling not fully in your element in some way. You don't feel like you're able to make the right decisions about something or have in the recent past. You're not feeling confident about something. you're not feeling all the way strong about something, okay? And because with the next card you have here, Scorpio, you have the Six of Swords in the upright position. Now, this card talks about there's still a little bit of some type of mental confusion, overthinking, or anxiety here. And that could be why these first two cards are in the reverse here, because you see in this card that there's this flying squirrel. Okay, and so they're trying to maneuver through all this mental confusion, anxiety, overthinking, depression, take it how it resonates for you. But when the swords are down or not all the way upright, that is you're talking about your mental capacities just being not all the way balanced in some way. So you're trying to maneuver that the best way you can here with this flying squirrel. Now, the next card you have, Scorpio, is the Two of Swords in the upright position. The Two of Swords talks about needing to make a decision with the heart and less logic in some way. Okay, so traditionally when you see this, it wouldn't be a bird. It would be a woman. Sometimes she's blindfolded and she has the two swords across her body like this. So it's not an action card. It's a slowing down and taking time before making some kind of decision. And again, you're not supposed to make it with your eyes or your head, right? You're supposed to make it with your heart, okay? Now, it's really interesting, Scorpio, because you do have Two of Swords, Two of Wands, and then Four of Swords. So 2 + 2 is 4, right? If you add the two fours together, that would be 8, okay? So that could be saying that in the second week of February, you could be feeling more like you're coming to not the end, but getting really close to a goal or a project or a relationship or something. But there is a lot of inner work happening here for you, Scorpio. But we'll go into that more later. But here with the Two of Wands following the Two of Swords, they're both really not action cards. They're both a slowing down and needing to not make a decision yet, right? One's telling you to make a decision with your heart in some way, right? That was the one with the bird. Now this one with the stingray here, it's more about people watching, because you do see his eye looking out, right? So he's by the shore, so he's looking, he's observing everything that is going around him. Now I could talk about, coming up, there might be a reason to celebrate because you do have some ribbons on these wands here. Yeah, it's just getting in touch more with yourself. Since these are animals and they're in the environment, he's in the water, right? That's where stingrays live. Okay, so there could be a lot of emotion underneath the surface with you during this time, Scorpio. And so you're learning how to maneuver that as well. Now, with the last card here in the main tarot, you have the Four of Swords in the upright position. This is a card that talks about you could be in competition with yourself in some way, Scorpio, or with people around you, or both. Again, take it how it resonates for you. But the Four of Swords, you see this toad here, and he's holding on to one of the swords. And then there's these 3 swords in the background, right? In the traditional tarot, you would see a person in the foreground holding one, and then 2 people in the back, each holding a sword, okay? And then there's usually one on the ground or something. But the details don't matter. So when I said it's competition with yourself, some people look at those other swords in the background as the past and the future, okay? And in the foreground, the toad here would be the present, okay? It also, this card speaks about possibly winning something, but not realizing that you won, because he's trying to take all the swords with him. So there's a little bit of this like greedy energy, a little bit of defensive energy still around. And again, because the swords are facing downwards, are not perfectly upright, right? Just like the Six of Swords, there's still a little bit of mental confusion, anxiety, overthinking, worry, depression, something like that. But yeah, let's get into your confirmation tarot right now to get to more information in your story here. Okay, so you have the Ten of Cups upright, Nine of Wands upright, and the Page of Cups upright. Okay, so going in order, with the Ten of Cups in the upright position, this is a card of the ultimate fulfillment, right? So you have a happy couple in the foreground, some children in the background, there's rainbows, there's their house, there's abundance, they're all in nature, all the cups are upright, okay? Um, the only thing I would say with this card, since it is confirming the world in reverse, it could be, Scorpio, that your expectations were too high for something, or they weren't seen from a more like adult point of view. Because even though this is the Ten of Cups and not the Six of Cups, it still kind of has like that naive feeling of what children think happiness is, or a relationship is, or everything in general, right? It's not always all good times all the time. You have to do the work, and there's ebbs and flows and ups and downs and everything, right? So that could be something that's going on for some of you guys here. Now, when the Ten of Cups is also confirming the Two of Swords, it could be that in the recent past, or something you're still learning to do, Scorpio, is you weren't using your heart enough, right? You needed to make this decision with your heart and not the logic in your eyes, okay? So when this Ten of Cups is confirming that, it's saying really you need to ask yourself, what do you really want? What is your ultimate happiness? What does that look like to you? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? All those things, okay? Now, with the Nine of Wands confirming the Empress in reverse and the Two of Wands upright, this is telling me and just confirming that what we already know with the Empress in reverse was that lack of confidence, that lack of feeling strong, the lack of trusting your own decisions or your own intuition. Because in the recent past, you had to fight a lot of battles, and you may still be feeling very vulnerable from that. And people might perceive you as vulnerable, even if you're not still vulnerable, okay? So it can be one or the other. But let me just show you one card here first. So this is the Nine of Wands. He's got all these wands up ready in this defensive position. He's holding one as well. You can see that he's hurt his arm in some way, but he's just always ready for battle. And people already know that he's been hurt because you can see his arm in the sling here, right? So this could be that you want to change, possibly for some of you, change your perception of how other people see you. You don't want them to see you in this vulnerable position or always defensive or weak in some way, but you're still having a hard time. You cannot force healing on your own time schedule. So that is something to think about too. Now, with the Nine of Wands also confirming here in the upright position, the Two of Wands upright, this is why, maybe mid-month Scorpio, I guess that's plural. I don't know what that is. It's just me stuttering for a second. You could be still in this not action mode where you're observing everything and people watching, because you're quite not ready to get back into action, get back on the saddle, as they say, because if this is anything to do with emotional or with your heart, you still need to heal that arm first, right? Now, your last confirmation card here is the Page of Cups in the upright position, and is confirming the Six of Swords upright and the Four of Swords. So you have altogether 3 cards with swords, right? And those are that mental confusion, anxiety, overthinking, worry, depression, etc. I just want to show you the swords that have shown up, right? But it's not all bad. It's nothing to be like, oh my God. But I just wanted to show you that because with the Page of Cups here, this is an energy of being open to learning something new, Being a student, starting out something, if it's not a student, it just means like, okay, because he's a page, right? He's not a knight or a king yet. He's like the beginning stages of something, okay? But he's got his little cup and he's got his little fish there and he's offering and he's trying to learn how to balance his emotions here by stepping through the water. But there's a lot of peaceful energy to this card, which is really nice that it's your last confirmation card here, Scorpio. And when this Page of Cups is confirming the Six of Swords, it's just reminding you, you know, that there is one way to let go some of this confusion, anxiety, overthinking, whatever, Scorpio. And that could be to possibly take up. This also could be an offer that you're trying to give to somebody or someone is going to give to you, or is just coming in an opportunity from the universe, right? And so it's saying that maybe you need to take that. Or if it's not that, it could just be saying that you need to be like the page and being open to learning something new, to be a student of life, and to balance your emotions a little bit here. Now, with the Page of Cups also confirming the Four of Swords here, same thing, really. It's interesting because there's two fish coming out of this cup. I wanted to say that earlier too. So when I said it could be an offer that you want to give or someone wants to give to you, or an opportunity coming from the universe, it's like, okay, he only needs one fish, right? But he's got another one that he wants to share with somebody. So when it's confirming the Four of Swords, it could be you need to be more sharing with yourself, right? You need to be more compassionate with yourself, different parts of yourself. If you're being very competitive with other people, with yourself, or both, something like that. But basically, it's really nice to see, yes, thank you, right on the bell there. It's really nice to see, Scorpio, this card at the end here, because it does mean that you will get over this sword energy and you will come into more abundance the more that you're able to try something from a new perspective, start from the bottom, right? Like, let's say you got an entry-level position or something and you think you should be manager right away or CEO or whatever. It just means starting small, slowly climbing, slowly building your abundance, keeping that peaceful energy around you. Okay, so that is what I see so far for you here, Scorpio, for this time. But let's get you real quick some, not confirmation cards, oracle cards before you go. So just give me a second here to tap back into your energy and get a sip of water. Okay. Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio, additional messages for Scorpio. February 1st, February 15th. What does Scorpio need to see for guys? Good. Messages for Scorpio. Okay, came out fast. It says it's called the Swan Queen. And there's a beautiful woman here at one time with some swan and two swans, one in the background, one in the foreground. And it says transformation, intuition, and patience. Okay, so that might be a message for some of you guys. To, again, like I said, be patient with yourself, be compassionate with yourself or other people, and know that you are working through this sword energy. You're going to transform. And just remember to trust yourself too, because this also goes with the Emperor's card, right, in reverse, the businesswoman of the tarot deck, where I was talking about in the beginning of the reading, where you're not trusting your own decisions, you're not feeling super confident or strong in some way. Okay, so that could just be another way of reminding you to use your intuition and be patient with yourself and others during this new change or change that could be going on for you. Also, too, if you really like the swans, you can always look that up on Google, too, and look up like the shamanic meaning of swans. Even if it isn't your own power animal, there could be some more additional messages there with the swan. But with all that being said, let's get your last oracle card here. because we like all the animals over here. Okay, Scorpio. Additional final messages for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to see? What does Scorpio need to know? First one. Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to see? What does Scorpio need to know? Okay, and you got the penguin. And it says, the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Beautiful. Okay, so that's always good to hear. Nothing lasts forever, right? And so again, just like Scorpio, when we were talking about the swan card, if you wanted to look up, additional meanings of the penguin, the power animal, symbolism of the penguin, there might be some other like little hidden gems for you there. But yeah, that's what I have so far for your reading, Scorpio. Hopefully you got something out of it. Always feel free to let me know in the comments down below or privately or none or both or above, whatever. Before you go, first of all, thank you always for your support and for all your likes and subscriptions. Subscribe. It's free to subscribe. I always forget to say that for people new on YouTube, or just a reminder. So if you like this video and you want to just be notified when I put out more videos, you can hit the little bell icon in the bottom right, make sure it's active, and it'll just tell you when I put out new videos. But yeah, other than that, as always, I'm going to take a picture of all your cards here, Scorpio, if you want to look at them up close later, whenever. So you can do that by clicking in the description box below, clicking on my website, click on the Facebook link first. Then once you're on Facebook, go to the Scorpio reading, and it'll be the first or second comment there with the picture if you want to look at that. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break after this before I move on. I think I'm doing Libra next. Yeah, Libra. Yeah, if this is where we part, then I hope you again have a beautiful day or night whenever you see this, and I will see you guys later. All right, thanks. Bye.